30th, 2015, the final day of the month of November, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley, and she's Pat Garner. Hi, Pat.
Hey, Wayne.
I'm glad you're here. I appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
Kate's on assignment somewhere. So I appreciate you being here. You doing okay?
I'm doing fine.
All right. Pat is with the Public Affairs Office here for the county, and she's going to be helping us out for a couple of days. I appreciate you coming in and talking to us. Last day in November. All right. Last week was Thanksgiving. We kicked off the week with all kinds of stuff going on, like downtown lights up and all that, and you happened to be driving through that area just as downtown lights up, and it was packed.
It was packed.
It was a lot of people there. A lot of people, and I know everybody had a good time, and I hope we have some video on that pretty soon. Anyway, I wanted to remind you that today is indeed the last day of the month, and there's some things going on. We'll tell you about what's going on here in a few minutes. And at the bottom of the page, if you'll check down there, right down there at the bottom, right over there, okay, you'll see a couple of email addresses. If you have anything you'd like to let us know about, we'd love to hear from you at wayne.alley@waynegov.com. And also, you could check out, send Kate a message as well, kated@waynecountychamber.com. All right. Tomorrow being the first day of the final month of the year, December 1st is tomorrow. Oh, boy. So the question is, have you done all your shopping?
No. Not even started.
Well, I can. What? You haven't even started?
No.
Well, I can relate to that. You know, are you a last-minute shopper, or have you in your mind how you're going to buy things and arrange things and find gifts for people, or are you just kind of a last-minute, go-get-them kind of person?
I am a gift card person.
Gift card. Oh, I like that. You gift card.
Yep.
That sure makes it easy, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Then they can get anything they want to get.
That's right.
All right. I like Lowe's.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kidding. Just kidding. This is coming up soon. One of my favorite organizations is the Mental Health Association of Wayne County. And the Mental Health Association, next week, a week from today, at 12 o'clock, at the Wages Building on Royal Avenue, will have a community update program. Chaplain Tom Jensen at Cherry Hospital, from Cherry Hospital, will present Navigating the Tides of Holiday Stress. Holiday stress is a big problem. The program will offer religious observances versus cultural norms. Religious observances versus cultural norms. Also, he'll be talking about holiday statistics, loneliness and depression, coping with stress. He'll also touch an impact on community, family, and self. All right, anyway, that's coming up, and lunch is available. This is a lunch and learn seminar. Lunch is available for $5 upon request. So to request for and reserve your spot, call the Mental Health Association of Wayne County at 919-734-3530, 734-3530, or email MHAWC, Mental Health Association of Wayne County, MHAWC@att.net. And the Mental Health Association of Wayne County would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday period. And again, this is a week from tomorrow, Tuesday, December 7th at noon at the Wages Office on Royal Avenue, a community update program. Ta-da! You've got a couple of blood drives over there as well, Pat. You have one, I believe, for tomorrow. Where is that one?
We do. It's at Spring Creek High School.
Okay.
And it starts at 8:30.
Tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Morning. Yes.
At Spring Creek High School there in southern Wayne County. And then
a week from
tomorrow,
there's another one at the Red Cross at 1:30.
Okay. At 1:30, December 8th that would be.
December
8th. Okay. A week from tomorrow, December 8th.
Yes.
At the Red Cross office, which is at 600 North George Street here in Goldsboro. Good.
Yes.
Well, let's see what all we do have here. You know, we got a brand new month starting tomorrow, and I can hardly wait to tell you about everything going on. Let's see here. There's a lot. Anyway, I'll wait till tomorrow, and I'll spring these things on you. But let me mention that December is Write a Friend month, and it's also bingo month. You play bingo?
I have.
Have you? She admits to nothing. Okay. Okay, yeah, bingo is bingo month in December, and I have no idea why. I didn't need that page anyway. Tell you what, we're going to go to our next segment, our next interview. And you know what? I'm excited about this one. You're going to love this. This is Bill Royall. Bill is the project manager for Daniels and Daniels. And Daniels and Daniels was the organization that put together our North Carolina State Veteran Cemetery out here on Long's Plant Farm Road. And that thing, we had an opening ceremony here a few weeks back.
Yes.
And Bill came in to tell us all about it. You're going to love the details on this. He gets into the nitty-gritty of the details of the Veteran Cemetery here in Wayne County. And he's up next here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Our guest today is Bill Royall. Bill is a project manager for Daniels and Daniels Construction Company. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Wayne.
I appreciate you coming. It's always good to see you, Bill. Pardon me. Daniels and Daniels Construction Company been here in the Wayne County area for many, many years, and we want to welcome you in here. We want to talk about something that's very special to the Wayne County area, and that is the recent opening of the recent ceremony about the Veteran Cemetery here, the State Veteran Cemetery. North Carolina has what, 4?
Now 4. There were 3 prior to this one, and this makes the 4th.
So that makes us very special here in Wayne County with these 4 cemeteries, and the 4th one here in Wayne County. This is a veteran cemetery, and you were the project manager on this.
I was the project manager.
Give us a little background on how this came about, or where you started.
Where we started on this project, we started last January, and we started with basically flat farmland. The project is located off Long's Plant Farm Road. Some people don't know where it's at, but if you drive down Highway 70 going east and using a landmark that everybody knows, Wilbur's,
right.
you pass Wilbur's continuing east.
Right.
The next intersection, it's about a 1/4 mile turn left. That is Long's Plant Farm Road, and it is located less than a 1/4 mile on both sides of the road, actually.
I might note that we're looking at some slides right now, Bill, and what we see here, this is out in it looks like just a big old field.
It was. When we started, it was very flat farmland. Again, it was last January, and as we go through these slides, you'll see that every day we were met with frost on the ground.
Right.
And as we continue, we also had if you remember, we had a very wet, rainy January, February of last year, and so that's where we were. And in the February time frame, on the next slide, you'll see that we were iced over. But
yes.
That's where we started in January of this year.
Now this is January of 2015.
That's right.
This thing came together very quickly.
It came together pretty quick. We started January the 6th of this year, and we completed it around the 1st of October. So that's about a 9.5 month project.
It is, and we had the groundbreaking last fall. It was about a year ago now, last October, November, something like that, last fall. But this is a project that many people have been working on for the last 10, 15 years.
Absolutely.
A long
Absolutely.
time.
Long before Daniels and Daniels got involved. Folks like Andy Anderson have been behind the scenes working to get this.
Andy was one of the main forces behind this to get this thing off the ground.
That's right, and they can be very proud of it.
Oh, yes.
Very, very proud
no question about it. So we're looking at ice and frost and all that. Now, what is that?
This is a slide showing the original layout of the property when we got there. We originally started with a project, total site of 62.74 acres, and it is located on both sides of Long's Plant Farm Road. The left side being the maintenance side, the right side being the cemetery side. As far as the site goes, we have got developed area. That's the area that actually has buildings on it and things like that, of 7 acres. But the total area of the cemetery for phase 1 is 20 acres. So that is only a third of what is available to the VA for expansion. A couple more statistics. The burial area, that is the double depth crypts, you're looking at about .03 acres. For ashes and urns, about .33 acres. We put in 2,900 linear feet of roadway and 1,725 linear feet of sidewalk.
Wow.
Yeah, so we did a lot of development, starting with flat farmland. We developed a whole lot of
Right.
of property.
Now, from the road, from Long's Plant Farm Road, all the way to the back around the loop there, how far is that approximately? Do you have any idea? It seemed like it's about, it felt like 10 miles
Well,
when I
when
walked
when
it.
you walk, it's about 10 miles. It probably really isn't that far.
Quarter to a half mile,
probably
something like
a quarter
that?
to a half mile.
Yeah.
It's an easy walk.
Yeah,
The
it is.
next slide you're looking at shows the developed property.
okay, sure.
What you're seeing again on the left-hand side of Long's Plant Farm would be the maintenance facility with the parking near the maintenance facility.
Right.
As you enter on the right-hand side, you notice there's a very nice straight boulevard that takes you down to a sort of an oval-shaped drive.
Yes.
At the end of that oval-shaped drive is the committal shelter and the columbariums, and there is a circular area in the middle of it. The circular area, the paved circular area toward the bottom is where the administration building is, and the top part is a circular walkway with a memorial wall at the very top of what you're seeing.
Memorial Wall there. I see.
Memorial wall.
Okay, so the bottom half of that, that's where the administration building is. That's where offices are and that sort of thing.
That's right.
The top half is where the Memorial Wall is. All right, now
That's
what is
right.
that? My goodness.
This is probably what has intrigued people more than anything else on this project. This is the layout of the burial area, of the concrete vaults that we put in place.
Oh my goodness.
And of the concrete vaults, there are 941 double-depth long crypts on each side of that driveway, which gives us a total of 1,882 double-depth crypts, which includes 18 oversized crypts. What that equates to, Wayne, is that there are 3,764 burial spaces for veterans and spouses, just as far as caskets go.
Wow.
Also on site, there are 2 columbariums for above ground interment. There are 240 niches in each one, which gives a total of 480 niches. And what you're seeing on this slide, the area below, it looks a little darker. That is area for direct burial of urns. There are 426 spaces on each side of the road for a total of 852 spaces for direct burial of urns.
So I get the idea that a lot of people can find their final resting place here.
They can.
High numbers. I mean, that's
And again,
and this is just the 20 acres.
This is just the 20 acres. Everything else, as far as I know, they're not intending to build more buildings. That any expansion will be in burial spaces and
Wow.
columbariums and things like that. This next slide is a picture of what one of the crypts looks like.
Okay.
This is a single width, double depth crypt. And one of the things that I think people have asked about so much is we're used to going to cemeteries where you have to buy a vault and put it in place. But the vaults are already in place on this site.
Oh, okay.
So that is a cost that the veterans do not have to bear.
That is wonderful. That is
So-
wonderful, because those things can get expensive.
They can get expensive.
very
They can get expensive.
But they're already there now.
They're already there. The next series of slides shows where we are installing these crypts or vaults.
Right.
And you'll notice that they are spaced out nicely. They're spaced out military fashion on a perfectly 3-foot by 8-foot grid system, so they're easy to find. And once someone is interred into it or buried into it, then the headstones line up very nicely and straight and orderly in military fashion. As we continue, you'll see more pictures of the burial field, is what I call it. And we'll continue on. Again, here's some workmen placing a double, what they call a quad, because that actually is a large enough crypt for 4 caskets.
Wow.
Again, that's another picture of the installment of them, and one more picture of the installment, and one more close-up of the vault.
Wow.
This next slide shows the entrance to the cemetery.
Okay.
What you have is a set of double gates, and the building on the right-hand side is the administration building. And inside the administration building, it's an 1,873 square foot administration building, and it has a reception and waiting area, a men's and women's public restroom, a director's office, a conference room, a file room. It has an honor guard room with lockers and a private toilet. And what is very helpful, it also has a gravesite locator kiosk.
Oh.
Which basically, if you come to the site and you're looking for a loved one, you punch the name in, it gives you a map, it prints you a map of the site, and it tells you where they're located, on the site. And it's also linked with the other state veteran cemetery.
Now, how nice is that?
It's very nice.
That is wonderful.
That is a very good feature of this project. The next slide is basically an architectural drawing of the layout of the administration building.
Let me interrupt, if you don't mind, Bill. Just a moment. If we
Sure.
could go back to that, just 1 second here, real quick. Thank you. You mentioned the locator, and you mentioned that this is also tied to the other 3 state cemeteries. If I have a loved one who's buried, say, at a cemetery in say, Jacksonville, would that be listed here as well?
As far as we know, that would be listed here. That would give you an opportunity to look somebody up, because somebody may have come to this cemetery and be in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But it does. It's tied in, and the names are put in once a veteran has entered into the system to be interred in a cemetery. Then the cemetery officials enter the name in, and so it becomes, public record.
Wow. Okay. All right. We'll just move along here then.
So again, this is just simply an architectural layout of the interior of the administration building. This next slide is looking across that circular or the oval-shaped plaza in front of the committal shelter and the 2 columbariums that are currently in place. And the committal shelter is where all the services will take place. There are no graveside services at this site. They all take place under that shelter.
I see.
And here is a layout of it. What you see basically is an open air shelter, and in the back of it is a small storage building for chairs and things like that. Here's another picture of it, kind of looking at it. Very, very nice facility. In fact, that's where they had their dedication ceremony.
I recall that. In fact, we were right across the street there. That's where Wayne Aycock spoke, and Eliaro Pantano, and dignitaries, including the governor from Raleigh. A lot of people came in from the Veterans Administration, and that's where the ceremonies were held.
And it was raining that day, and it was raining the day I took these pictures.
It was raining.
The next one is a little closer shot of the committal shelter, showing the Armed Forces plaques on the back of it. And then the last slide I brought, that is a picture of the memorial wall that's located on the back side of the circular walkway. My
goodness, Bill. But that's quite impressive. That is very impressive. Now the other 3, I have here the locations of the other cemeteries. Is one in Raleigh at the Albemarle Building, the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery.
Actually, they're located. That is the headquarters for all.
Oh, I see here the 4 right here. Jacksonville.
Right. Jacksonville.
Yeah, I don't know why I would say that one was in Raleigh. There's not one in Raleigh.
That is the headquarters for it all.
But Jacksonville, Spring Lake, just outside Fayetteville.
That's right.
Black Mountain up in the western part of the state.
That's right. So you have one in the west, you have one on the coast. Now you've got one sort of intermediate.
Yeah. Right here in Goldsboro, good old Wayne County. Our North Carolina State Veterans Cemetery here on Long's Plant Farm Road in Goldsboro. And we broke ground on it about a year ago, and then that's pretty quick. Isn't that pretty quick?
It is pretty quick.
And you've just been working on this thing for about 8 or 9 months.
The most amazing part to it is that we put in complete infrastructure, and we raised the site from flat farmland, some areas, 9 or 10 feet of field dirt were brought in. Yeah. That's another thing that I think, Wayne, amazed people. We were not digging holes and putting crypts down in the ground.
Yeah.
We actually built the cemetery up to surround the crypts.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow, very
that was-
impressive.
yeah, and but it's a beautiful facility.
It is that.
And I would recommend veteran or otherwise to ride by there and just look and see this facility, because it's a beautiful facility.
And veterans all veterans will be invited to be buried here.
They will. I think there are a few.
There's some limitations.
There are some limitations, and this information I got directly. If you're interested in it, if you'll go directly to the North Carolina VA website,
Okay.
you can get this same information. But the eligibility is that you have to be a qualified veteran. That means you're a former member of the U.S. Armed Forces whose service on active duty other than training was terminated under honorable conditions. You have to be a North Carolina resident. Only those veterans who are legal residents of North Carolina, one at the time of death, for a period of at least 10 years, or at the time the veteran entered the armed services, being in North Carolina.
Okay.
And you can be a dependent or a spouse, a widow, a widower of a qualified veteran, or a minor child who is unmarried and dependent on the qualified veteran.
Wow.
So
How about that?
that's a question that people have asked a lot of me, is can my spouse be buried there? And I was pleased to look it up and find out that yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes,
That is
your spouse can be buried alongside you.
And again, you found this on the North Carolina Veterans Affairs
Website. That's
All
right.
right. Wow. Bill Royall is the project manager for Daniels and Daniels, and who most recently completed the North Carolina State Veterans Cemetery on a Longs Plant Farm Road here in Wayne County. Bill, always good to see you, buddy.
Always good to see you, Wayne.
Thank you. And we are back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Now, see, I told you that would be interesting, the thing with Bill Royall there.
Yes, it is.
Very interesting. Love that. I appreciate Bill coming in. We're going to have him back more for more stuff as well a little later on. It was very interesting, though, and you could tell the passion that he had for this particular project. He really enjoyed working on this project, and it's a fantastic project. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody said that it will be in full swing. It will officially open and ready for, what do you say, occupancy?
Yes.
Yes, right, in January or something like that. Anyway, we'll let you know when all that's happening. Well, November, today, the last day of November, this has been National Aviation History Month, Child Safety Protection Month, International Drum Month, not the fish, but the instrument, National Adoption Awareness Month. It's also a National Epilepsy Month, National Model Railroad Month, National Novel Writing Month. You ever write a novel?
No.
Oh, I've started several. And I almost got to the end of the first sentence of one of them. It's Native American Heritage Month, it's Real Jewelry Month, National Sleep Comfort Month, and say goodbye to Peanut Butter Lovers Month. You like peanut butter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love peanut butter. In fact, I want to break out into song now about peanut. No, I won't do that. Anyway, today, the 30th of November, is Stay at Home Because You're Well Day. Okay, that makes no sense. Okay, and that too. Let's see what else we have here. Look at that, they printed that on the back. Can you believe that? You just can't get good help anymore. Okay. Tomorrow, the Goldsboro Writers Group is inviting all area writers to participate in the annual Holiday Open Writing. That will be tomorrow evening from 7 until 9 p.m. at the Arts Council of Wayne County, which is at 102 North John Street, downtown Goldsboro. The evening begins with writing exercises and refreshments. Writers may share poems and prose pieces that they produce, even if only a first line beginning or the fragment of a story. You're invited to participate if you only have one line. Go and read it and somebody can help you with it. One purpose of the evening is to stimulate ideas for writing in a nostalgic setting that will carry over into the new year. This sounds like a lot of fun. Now, Sarah Merritt sent me this, and she says if you have any questions about it, you can call her at 919-736-3300, 736-3300. The Arts Council of Wayne County is at 102 North John Street in Goldsboro. And that sounds like a lot of fun. That's tomorrow night now. Okay, let's put that over there. Also, what is that you have right there, that Christmas thing?
We have a Christmas festival and bazaar that's going to be held this weekend at the Wayne Center.
Okay.
And they have unique and affordable gift items for everyone.
So they're going to be
that's on your
selling some of
list.
these things then?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And it's from 10 to 2. They have gifts, crafts, food, activities for the children.
Oh, boy.
And there's possibly Santa Claus and Miss Claus.
Oh, boy. Now, that is exciting. Let me take a look at that thing right there. Gifts and crafts and food and activities for the kids and Santa and Mrs. Okay.
Yep.
And this is sponsored by the Wayne County Extension and Community Association, the ECA, which works for the Cooperative Extension, or with the Cooperative Extension Service. Starts at 10, goes till 2.
2,
Okay.
yep.
All right. And it's this Saturday. Affordable gifts. I like that.
Affordable gifts.
I like that. All right. And if you don't know where that is, it's at Wayne Center, and that's at the corner of George and Chestnut Streets. You go around behind the building, park in back. Like a big parking lot. Lots of fun. 10 to 2 Saturday. Okay. A special Christmas tour of churches taking place this Sunday, the 6th, from 2 until 5 p.m. Tickets will be sold at the Wayne County Museum for $10. $10. This is quite a tour, too. This is very popular. Participating churches include St. Paul Methodist, First Baptist Church, Madison Avenue Baptist, First Christian, St. Stephen's Episcopal, and First Presbyterian. The circuit will start and end at the Wayne County Museum at 116 North William Street. Free light refreshments will be served at the museum, at First Christian, and at First Presbyterian. The museum gift shop, whoa, and it's nice, will be open for holiday shopping. If you want more information, you can call Chris, and he is at 734-5023, 919-734-5023. That's going to be a lot of fun. You ever see the TV show Benson?
No. I'm not a big TV person.
You know Kate Daniels?
Yes.
You have a lot in common. Robert Guillaume starred in the TV show Benson. Now, he's done a tremendous amount of other things, but he's best known for Benson. He was born this day, 1927.
That's way before my time, Wayne.
I remember that day. I mean, that's when Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic. Rex Reason was born the following year. He's an actor. Jack Ging, G-I-N-G, he was born in 31. Mandy Patinkin, do you remember the TV show Chicago Hope?
No.
Okay, never mind. Mandy Patinkin has one of the most beautiful voices you have ever heard, but he was also an actor. He was a character actor and then became a major star for a TV show called Chicago Hope, where he played a kind of a hard-to-get-along-with doctor. Anyway, but one of the most beautiful singing voices you've ever heard. Let's see, he was born 53 today. 53 for Mandy Patinkin. The Pointer Sisters. You know the Pointer Sisters. June's having a birthday today. Yeah, she's turning, oh my goodness, she's turning 62 today. That's right. Richard Burr, North Carolina Senator. U.S. Senator from North Carolina. Richard Burr having a birthday. He turns 60 today. Ben Stiller having a birthday. He turns 50 today. And that's Clay Aiken. You've heard of Clay Aiken. Everybody knows Clay Aiken. He's having a birthday. Let's see, he's 22, 32, 37 years today. And young lady that stars with those weird guys on Big Bang Theory. What's her name? Kaylee Cuoco. Anyway, she's having a birthday. She turns 30. She's just a child. All right, anyway, those are the birthdays for today. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today. Aren't we happy about that? My guest co-host today has been Pat Garner. Pat is with us here, and she works in the Public Affairs Office for Wayne County, and I appreciate you being with us today. Pat, she'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. And until tomorrow, which, by the way, happens to be Tuesday, we want you to join us again. We'll be right here, and we hope you're right there. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.